What's up, everybody? Another episode of I don't know what these are called. I just keep coming up with different names. This one's called Door Knocking with Dakota. Dakota's a pretty cool guy I've been knowing for a while now. Met him through the Daily Jobs, which for those that are familiar with sub two, it's a little event that we have every morning where we learn to get better by having certain leaders be there and kind of give us that critique on the way we talk to these sellers, as far as finding the motivation, finding the price, timeline, and condition, and all that good stuff. So, well, welcome Dakota. Thank you for coming along this ride and tell us a little bit about yourself, my man.
What's up, man? First off, thanks for having me out here or in here. But man, I'm Dakota Whitehead. Memphis, Tennessee is the market that I play in, and my daughter's in the background. Uh, I'm a single dad who's got two daughters, running a full time business, and working on W-2, doing electric work, and I'm doing real estate too, door knocking, pre foreclosures.
Cool, cool, man. That sounds good, Dakota. And something about you that I'll say I've seen you come from nowhere to where getting connected with the right people. To I remember a conversation. You're like, damn, George, I don't know what to do. And us talking, you're like, George, you're a pretty good closer yourself. I'm like, wow, I am, I guess so. And knowing that the power that we have from each other to be able to inspire, and I just want to say thank you for that vote of confidence many moons ago or many months ago. And now I'm realizing that I am pretty good at what I do, but also following your path, to where you finally, I guess, I don't know how you got connected with Greg Clark, very known person. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him, so the kudos to you, my man. I'm pretty sure you learned a lot, and tell us how that journey's been.
Oh man, the journey has been one bumpy, wild ride, and it's still wild and crazy. Dude, I done. All right, so I'll tell you one of the knocks I did. Knocked up on this guy. He's out cleaning up the yard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nice dude, have a real good conversation, talking about kids, whatnot. And he said, "Hey man, I'm gonna go inside and grab that paperwork so you could see the foreclosure statement." I'm like, "All right, cool, man, go ahead." Dude comes out with a freaking sawed off shotgun.
Oh wow.
Now, now this thing is one of them old timey looking shotguns from the Wild Wild West. So you go
Right.
like you had to pull the two separate triggers and everything. And man,
Right.
like me, it's weird. I didn't make a big deal out of it. I was just like, dude, that's cool. I don't know if we can cuss, but that's
Yeah.
cool as hell.
Right.
And I was like, hey man, it reminds me of the old Wild West. And he just kind of looks at it like that. He's like, this man don't care. He's stuck it underneath the table or whatever.
Right.
but
Wow. Well, were you able to get that deal? Or what was the outcome of that one?
oh man, so that's what makes it even more crazy. So talking to him, I was still pretty new
Mm-hmm.
about it, but I had this really weird gut feeling. So first off, dude gave me a bogus number. So
Mm.
one red flag. That's Nora. All right, baby, go away, go away, go. All right. Yes, you gotta go. All right, sorry about that.
No problem.
But so first off, he gave me a bogus number. So that was the first red flag. And then I sat there, thought back about our conversations. He was like, well, hey, couldn't we just sell it properly? I was like, yeah, absolutely, man. But your dad's the one who is on the deed. He has to
Okay.
sign. So talking to him more, come to find out the gut feeling I had, he was going to forge his dad's signature.
Wow.
Yeah. And just sell it right out from underneath him.
Mm.
So it was a thing where you kind of live and learn on that one and trust your gut too.
Right. Right. So your gut told you not to move forward with it, or what was your gut saying at that moment?
First, I was just all excited about it. And then just thinking after he gave me the bogus number and I went back and knocked it. It was just like, man, it really just does not seem right. And that's just what it is, man. So,
Right, that gut feeling, kind of like
yeah,
those cops when they say, "I got a funny feeling about this." That sixth sense, in a
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Okay. Well, shoot, Dakota, I'm pretty sure you have more wild stories similar to those. And as far as what got you into door knocking? Because people say I'm pretty bold on the phone, but you're taking it to another level of actually being in front of the people. And tell me what you like about that. Because if I'm not mistaken, I remember you saying that during the daily dials where you don't really feel comfortable on the phone, you would rather be face to face, and you're taking that action, man. And I love it, and I commend you on that braveness. You know, not everybody's being able to do that.
Yeah, man. So funny thing that got me set up on it was I was watching one of the Zoom vaults
Right,
and it said, "Hey, quickest way to get a deal, go knocking doors."
right.
Didn't watch the rest of the video. I was like, "All right, cool." We knocked the doors, knocked every door in the neighborhood in like a 2 mile radius.
Hmm.
So met all my neighbors. Uh, and then came back. I was like, man, I didn't get a single lead or nothing. And then come to find, like, knock pre foreclosure. I was like, oh, so I
Nice.
just I just kind of like I was like, okay, well, I know nothing about that, so let's try a few other things. What works with
Hmm.
my schedule, type of
Got
deal.
it. Okay. So what is the difference between calling on the phone and actually being in front of the person's face? Would you would say?
Oh man, so the big difference on the phone is, especially around here, everybody's really ballsy. So
Okay.
death threats, cussing out,
Wow.
very very common. Um, in face and personal, they know you're real. They know you're there. They can see your body language. They can see the feeling and share your energy, man. It's like two,
Gotcha.
like that's it's just something I'm good at and I developed. I'm still
Right.
developing. It's like I just connect with people and like I get on their wavelength face to face. Over the phone, it's like, "Hi, how are you?"
True, true. Very true. And I get that from you, Dakota. Like say you have that very warm, welcoming spirit about you, and that's I can relate to that. And as far as like the people I talk to in Houston,
Mhm.
compared to a city outside of Houston, which is Beaumont, which is considered like a secondary market, to like, yeah, man, let's talk about this. To Houston, what the hell you want? Like, oh, yeah. But I can relate on that sense, Dakota. But yeah, man. So you're still doing door knocking, and from what I've seen, you're actually now you're buying properties. That's pretty cool, man. What got you into? Are you making that amount of money with Greg Clark to man, I'm gonna run my own ship now?
So I still actually work real closely with Greg. We
Mhm.
are setting up a team. Well, we have a team pretty much established. It's real small. We're still working on it,
Gotcha.
and working the kinks out on it. Um, so we are trying to actually build something out here in Memphis, and it's weird. Everybody has this cutthroat mentality, like I take everything, I don't give nothing type of deal.
Yeah.
So we want to
Wow.
change that, man.
Yeah.
So that's that. But the buying on the property, I got a couple of friends and I'm making some connection with some lenders.
Nice.
So I'm actually just in the market looking around, and I think I want to look for duplexes,
Okay.
triplexes, or quads,
Gotcha.
and I really want to house hack
Okay.
those.
Okay.
If it's single family stuff, I want to do some wraps. So,
Nice.
but yeah.
Nice. Nice. All right, man. You got it going on, my brother. As far as so are you still doing the daily dials right now, or you kind of you feel like you upgraded to where you'd rather like say get comfortable being in front of people and like say following that system that I'm pretty sure you're learning from Greg and trying to multiply that baby in per se to where like you say having that team
Mhm.
and being able to something I'm learning lately, Dakota, like in order to be a leader, you got to first be a servant, be that servant mentality to where like Pace kind of teaches us, be that go giver
Mhm.
to where the little bit that I do know, I don't mind sharing with other people and being able to have that humility. And one thing I got from a podcast I listened to him lately that he likes to be that tractor, and the tractor doesn't like to be put in a barn. The tractor likes to be out in the field plowing those seeds of
Right.
abundance. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you're getting that from Greg. And as far as team building, what obstacles have you faced so far trying to create this vision with Greg?
Man, so one of the big things is especially right now, is finding other people that want to knock, because
Okay.
I'm one out in the field knocking, and
Okay.
I'm starting to do some phone calls too.
Okay.
So I'm working on all those skills all the time
Hmm.
and failing forward.
Nice.
So finding people to knock, and we're always posting stuff. We're starting to produce more content and everything like
Hmm.
that. So time management is also a big thing because everybody pretty much has a W-2 except for Greg.
Right.
He's out there. He's the true red, white, and blue investor guy. So
America.
yeah, America. But for me, a big thing, it's always time management. Like
Yes.
I got to be careful with my time because like my day starts at like 4:30 a.m. and it don't
Hmm.
end until about 10.
Wow.
So
So in between then you try to sleep between that 10 and 4 in the morning, and pretty sure a little bit earlier than that. So you actually gotta wash your grill and do all that good stuff, and stay sexy to for you to start the work day.
oh yeah, it's hard to maintain all this.
Oh, that prime A beef. Gotcha, Dakota. Well, yeah, I noticed one thing. You picked up lately. You were journaling. How's that been working out for you?
It's going really good because I highly recommend that drawing does. And one thing it is, when you actually write it out and you see, you're just like, oh crap, I could be doing so much more or changing something up to make it even more. So while I'm at work, some any given moment, I don't have to actually like be the electrician
Right.
because I'm like writing down, like networking with people. I'm like talking about lenders, seeing deals, have them sent back to the teams. Like, hey, can this be a deal? Underwrite it. Come on, let's go.
Gotcha.
Um, uh, I guess I'm see. I guess really and realistically, one of the goals is like I just want to be surrounded in it, like 24/7. I want to wake up, eat, sleep, breathe real estate. So I'm like, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go,
Let's
let's go.
go. Oh man. I love it, bro. That and I can relate on that level to where it's like, yeah, like say real estate, give me more, I want to
Mhm.
learn more. I want to fail. I want to fail and learn and keep leveling up. And one thing I realized, Dakota, and like I say, I'm kind of like Greg. Obviously, maybe not as successful, but I'm getting there to where I'm doing this 24/7, and it is sometimes it's a double-edged sword. You either don't have enough time, or was it now? Either you have the money and don't have the time, or you have the time and you don't have the money, and it's working your way to kind of figuring out what can make out. And when you do level up and you do have this certain set of skills, it's like, man, how can I make this better? It never settling, because I'm pretty sure you can relate this being in the workforce. You're probably good at what you're doing, and you settle, and then you just kind of stay mundane, like da da. Now it's got to be something else. So I think that's what I love about real estate. Dakota is like there's certain levels to where right now I feel like I'm a pretty good closer, but do I want to close this time next year? No, I need to level up. But the way I level up is by being able to share the things that have helped me and put somebody else in that closer position where, well, I hope they do just as good, and if not better than me, because if they have that team mentality, that just means it's more I guess you would say more money for the team, but more avenues for us to grow together, and like having those core values that you kind of figure out through journaling and through figuring out yourself and what makes you tick.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. It's one of the most important parts because the more you figure out what you're trying to do,
Oh.
that's actually might have been a seller call. Yeah, this older lady, she's got dementia.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, that's a story for another time. Anyway, but yeah, figuring out what it is you need and want to do
Mm-hmm.
and what you're good at, what you're bad at, it's so important because when you know this as well, when you start, you wear pretty much every hat, and
Yes.
then you hate doing things that you suck at, and that's where you got to find somebody's like, I love this thing.
Right. Well, go at it.
Yeah, feel free, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how that rolls, and man, it's just wild because when you figure out that mindset of it,
Mm-hmm.
of like, hey, I can do better here, here, and here, and everything. It attracts to you. But that
Right.
doesn't mean you just gotta like sit there and not do nothing. You gotta go out and grab it.
Right. True. True. Man, Dakota sounds like say you got a pretty good grasp of everything. And I guess another question I could ask is, where you at now compared to where you started? What would you tell that Dakota back in the Delhi Dow days?
Man, daily Dow days. I would tell my old self, fall in love with the process.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand what you're doing, it's okay. It takes time to figure out. It doesn't matter if you're super fast at learning or super slow at learning. As long as you keep moving forward and keep going, you'll be okay.
Okay. Nice, nice, man. Good advice, man. I should have took that same advice myself. But hey, it's all about where we're at and enjoying the process and getting better.
Hmm. Definitely,
Cool,
man.
man. And as far as you're being more experienced with foreclosures, as far as where you see in the market, I'm pretty sure you're paying attention to those stats and where the economy is at. Where do you see foreclosures moving forward?
At the rate it's been going now, man, foreclosures seems like it's been climbing a lot,
Mm-hmm.
especially out here and especially in a lot of other places.
Right.
Here we have what is it, a 90-day flow for theirs.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so a lot of people they either want to sell at the beginning or the end. In the middle, they kind of don't care. They're still trying to figure things out.
Right.
But follow them up with them is also very important. But also out here, you can throw a rock and hit an investor somewhere around here. It ain't
Oh,
nothing.
okay. And
So uh,
investor heavy.
yeah, yeah. So you also have to sell yourself. Why are you different? Why are you better than everybody else?
Right.
And a lot of people, man, they're suspicious out here.
Right. Right.
Like they're just straight up suspicious. I can't tell you how many times I get asked, like, "Oh, are you from the bank?" I go, "No." Why do you ask? And straight up, they're like, "Because you're white." It's like, what?
Right. Show up with a
I,
business suit. All right, how
yeah,
you
yeah.
doing?
Like I get asked that a lot.
Man, that's funny. And I'm pretty sure if you walk up to the property with Greg, like, what's going on here?
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. It
Cool,
is
man.
crazy. I got so many stories I could tell you. That's just
Oh man,
wild.
it might be R-rated, huh? Might be have to put on my OnlyFans, or not that bad, but
Not yet,
not
but
yet.
I'm sure it'll happen, man. I'm sure.
Gotcha. Okay. So let's say right now you're still working as an electrician right now, Dakota. As
Yeah, yeah.
okay, full
So
time.
yeah, I'm actually a union electrician.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, make so money. Like once you get into real estate and you see how much money you can make there, you're like, oh, this ain't nothing. I actually got upgraded to where I'm running jobs now, so that gives me a little bit of time to like, hey, work on real estate.
Sweet, sweet. Okay. Um, say you do start, obviously you're gaining a lot of success from what I'm seeing, Dakota, and like I said, I love your path. Say a year from now, say you have enough. Obviously, you're trying to get your own properties. Would the goal be eventually to leave the 9 to 5, or would you be comfortable doing both?
Oh man, I want to leave the 9 to 5 so bad, man. Dude, if you want to hear electrician stories, I'll tell you electrician
Oh
stories, dude.
man, electric stores, huh? Not in a good way.
Good and bad.
Good and
I've
bad.
had some cool
Okay.
stuff, had some weird stuff.
Right.
Been doing it
Okay.
for 10 years, so
Gotcha. Trying to make it as little as possible. And as far as a lot of people are similar to you, Dakota, where they are working a 9 to 5 and they are a family man, and they sometimes, I don't want to say it's an excuse, but like you're saying, it's more like, man, I am BSing sometimes with my time, and I can't find time for that little bit of real estate, or like say, what can I utilize this time for the best? Is that something you learned from when you started to where you are at now?
yeah. So one of the big things for me was I started cold calling and I just wasn't any good at it. So, but my energy wasn't there. So I started making excuses like, oh, I don't have time for it. So,
Mm-hmm.
in order for me to make that time, I had to set up a proper schedule of knowing, hey, this is this, this is this, this is this, squeeze in every little bit of thing.
Right.
Like I said, I don't stop. I don't stop. So, um, time blocking is a very important thing, and understanding whichever way you want to get your deals is very important. Make it
Right.
relate to your energy.
Got it.
So,
Got
like me, I like to move around. I don't stand still for very long.
it.
So, I mean, it's just like door knocking. I move around and run around all day. I'm like, hey, it works.
Right. Right. Got it. And man, that sounds good, and I'm pretty sure that it helps somebody out there as far as kind of going through the same struggle. Because last time I checked, there was about 11,000 students, within the sub two mentorship that are kind of stuck.
Damn.
And like we talked about earlier, being stuck and trying to be quote unquote perfect, or no, let me listen to pace one more call and I'll make calls. And then 9 hours later, like, hey, it's 9 o'clock, bro. Who you gonna call at this time unless you doing overseas international calls? But
Right.
yeah, it's being able to take that action and like I said, Dakota, not having to worry about knowing everything and just taking that action and the right people, being surrounded by the right people works
Yep.
out. And yeah, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate you coming through. And as far as if somebody is courageous like you and Greg, and as far as if they want a door knock, how would they get in contact with you?
Get in contact with me. You can look me up on Instagram, Dakota underscore REI Solutions.
Okay,
You can hit me up on the messenger there, or you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger.
gotcha.
And like I said, I'm a busy dude. I will get to you.
Right.
If you know some of the sub two students that know me, like George, my man here, he'll give you the number, but only if you're serious. Like I don't want to hear like I'll do it tomorrow. No, man. Like as soon as I get done talking to you, like drop the phone and go knock doors.
There you
I don't
go.
have time for BS anymore, man.
Right. Right. It's action takers, at the end of the day, taking that action and kind of figuring out your why. A lot of times
Yes.
we get that clouded vision, or like Keston and Marlon tried to teach us, have that clear path to where you're going to where it is a 10-year goal, but then breaking it down to yearly goals, breaking it down to monthly goals and then daily goals. And what am I doing every minute of the day? And kind of auditing that. And every week saying, okay, what I do last week, where can I improve? There's something that I can do better and
Right.
consistently getting better.
Exactly.
Cool, man. Well, like I said, I have the privilege of having your number. I am I am doing a little bit of pre foreclosures, but not as brave as you, going door to door. So I do the calling, which it's understanding the right system because it is a competition at the end of the day. Or it's how can I separate myself from the rest of the people that are calling that person that may be going through pre foreclosure that doesn't know the process of being able to either go through their mortgage company, go through the different steps that of maybe having a rich uncle like Uncle Dakota. He may have the money to able help me out with the arrears and the other ways to where at the end of the day, our last thing is wanting to buy a property. But depending on the timeline, which is something very important with pre foreclosures, is what are you trying to do and what is the best solution with what you currently have.
Exactly.
Cool, cool.
So,
Mm-hmm.
um, what? So, is there anything like I know you said you're doing the phones and everything? So,
Mm-hmm.
how's it going for you? Is it anything big?
Nothing big currently right now. Dakota with the I had to switch out CRMs because the CRM I was using they actually took out the phone system to
Oh,
where I don't have the integrator mindset to where okay, let's change this up real quick. So I'm actually in the process of my partner, my fellow, he's a door knocker too. I don't know if you ever got a chance to talk to him, Mark Anthony.
Mark. Yeah, I know Mark Anthony.
Yeah, he's helping me get this I think it's a go high level CRM where it's basically
Hmm.
my goal is to like put these pre foreclosure lists within the SMS blast campaign and just seeing who I can reach out to. So far my pitch is, I get them on the phone it's usually, hey, how you doing? I'm just here to help out people who may be facing foreclosure. And then usually, what are you gonna help me with? And then that's when I kind of calm them down, or add my story, because I went through that not too long ago, to where being able to use myself as a third party story and seeing what options have they tried so far, and usually that slows them down or
Mhm.
drops down that guard. But so far, no luck. It's just being able to give them that peace of mind that there are programs, which I don't know if they have it in Memphis, but here in Texas, they have a thing called homeowner assistance fund or foundation.
Mhm.
And that basically, it depends on your situation, and they're able to catch you up on your arrears and sometimes pay a couple months ahead of time so you can have that space to figure stuff out.
All right, cool, man.
Uh,
Definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, cool, man. Dakota, well, like I said, I appreciate your time, and hopefully this interview helps out somebody who may be kind of thinking about door knocking. And by listening to you, no excuses, get it done. And I have a busy schedule. At the end of the day, the only person stopping you is you. And
Exactly.
man, I love where you came from and where you at right now, Dakota. So I can't wait to see where you're going in the near future as well.
Yeah, man. I'll make sure that you're gonna be right there next to me, though. All right, we're gonna buy a bunch of deals together.
There you go. Try some barbecue from Memphis. Since they have Texas, say they're better, or Memphis. Either way,
Yeah.
for me, food is food. But yeah, I don't mind trying them out. But yeah, my man. I'll finish this recording, and however you want to be connected, I'll put that within the description. So if
Mhm.
they want to reach out to you, and like I said, they have to be very special to get your phone number. And yeah, cool, man. Well, thank you very much, Dakota. Don't leave yet. I'm just gonna stop the recording, and yeah. Thanks, guys. Peace out.